Okay, let's get into this because I am still fuming. My name is Maya, and I just got married 2 weeks ago. To understand this story, you need to know one thing. I am a proud Black woman, and my heritage means everything to me. My husband, Mark, is white, and his mother, let's call her Linda, has always been subtly uncomfortable with my culture. For my wedding, I didn't want a traditional plain white gown. I worked for 6 months with a designer to create a stunning, kente-inspired gold and crimson silk gown. It was a masterpiece. It represented my ancestors, my strength, and my beauty. Mark loved it. Linda, she called it interesting and a bit much for a church. The night before the wedding, we stayed at a beautiful resort. I locked my dress in the bridal suite. On the morning of the wedding, I went to the suite with my bridesmaids, sipping mimosas, ready to become a bride. I unzipped the garment bag and my heart literally stopped. The gold dress was gone. In its place was a plain, stiff, $50 polyester white dress that looked like it was from a 1990s clearance rack. I thought it was a prank. I started hyperventilating. My sister Tasha looked at the tag and saw a note pinned to the inside that said, "For a more appropriate look." Tasha didn't even wait for me to cry. She said, "I know exactly who did this." She grabbed her robe and marched straight to Linda's room down the hall. Tasha, my sister, didn't even knock. She pushed the door open, and there was Linda, sitting on her bed with a pair of scissors and my gold dress laid out in front of her. She wasn't just hiding it, she was actually trying to alter it, or more like ruin it, so I couldn't wear it. I walked in right behind Tasha, and for a second, I couldn't even speak. Linda looked up, totally calm, and said, "Oh, Maya, I was just trying to fix those loud colors. This gold is just so aggressive. The white dress I bought for you is much more elegant for our family photos." I felt the heat rising in my chest. My sister snatched the dress out of her hands before she could do more damage. I looked at Linda and said, "You didn't just touch my dress, you touched my culture and my respect. You're done." Linda actually laughed. She said, "What are you going to do? Cancel the wedding now? The guests are already here. Just put on the white dress and stop being so dramatic." That was it. I didn't argue. I walked out, went straight to Mark's room, which is technically against tradition before the wedding, and I told him everything. I told him, either your mother leaves this resort right now, or there is no wedding. Choose your future or your mother's ignorance. Mark didn't hesitate. He saw the tears in my eyes and the ruined silk in my hand. He walked over to his mother's room, took her suitcase, and told her the shuttle was waiting to take her to the airport. She was banned from her own son's wedding. Linda tried to make a huge scene in the lobby, screaming that I was brainwashing her son, and that I was the one ruining the family. But Mark stood his ground. He told her that respect isn't optional, and if she couldn't respect his wife and her heritage, she had no place at our table. She was escorted out by security, and honestly, the air felt lighter the moment she was gone. My sister and my bridesmaids spent the next 2 hours using their sewing kits to fix the small snips Linda had made in the gold silk. It wasn't perfect, but it told a story of resilience. When I walked down that aisle in my gold-threaded kente gown, the room went silent. Mark had tears in his eyes. I felt like a queen, and I realized that by standing up for myself, I had set the tone for my entire marriage. We had the most beautiful reception, full of soul food, dancing, and laughter. Not once did I regret sending her away. However, since the honeymoon, Mark's side of the family has been blowing up his phone, calling me heartless for kicking a mother out of her only son's wedding. They say I should have just worn the white dress for a few hours to keep the peace. So, I have to ask you guys, am I the Asho Lee for banning my mother-in-law from my self-wedding after she tried to destroy my cultural dress? Or was I right to protect my peace and my heritage? Let me know what you think in the comments, because the drama is still unfolding.